AM 1380 WYSH Clinton, WYSH FM 101.1 W266 AM Clinton, WQLA.
All right, folks, we're here, Bill.
Yeah, buddy, we're right here.
We're right here. Welcome to the Let's Go Fishing Show, and as you can see, we've got the A-team here tonight, and so we're expecting big and better things, Bill.
Sure are, son. It's coming.
It's
it really
coming.
is.
Yes.
I can just feel it in my
No,
bones.
yeah,
Everything's a cracking.
That's exactly right. Folks, we're glad to be here, and all that kind of stuff. Even though it's a little nasty outside right now, the rain will quit.
Oh yeah, it's supposed to rain during the night, maybe first thing early in the morning, but it's supposed to clear out.
Yeah, that's a fact. Listen, we've got some fishing film tonight. Bill and Max, film that they shot out Dale Holler there, 3 days worth, and
we showed part of it. One time here a couple of weeks ago, you know.
Yeah.
And we showed a little of it, but then we went back and done it again.
That's right.
And so this in here is a brand new one, old buddy.
That's exactly.
You know, like I said, it's with my friend and Steve and Mike's friend here, Max Meredith from over at Knoxville. I think I told you this before. They said I was getting so old that I had to carry my personal doctor with me when I went fishing. But he's been my friend for several years. I think first time I started fishing with him was 1982.
Yeah.
And I've been fishing with him ever since. What time we could get to go. He just moved back here about 5 years ago. In Knoxville, he's originally from. He's a Knoxville boy, but he was in Florida in practice down there for 46 years. So he's back here, and we're having a good time.
I hear you, Bill. Yeah, he's definitely hooked, ain't he?
Yeah, he definitely. I got him hooked a long time ago, but now then he's hooked more.
That's right. Yeah, he used to come. He'd take a week's vacation and come up here and spend it all week with Bill fishing, didn't he, Bill? Whenever he's doing his doctoring.
He would try to come every Thanksgiving and maybe 3 or 4 days before Christmas.
Yeah.
And we have burned them up, son. We really have over the years, and we've had a good time, and we're still. He just met Mike and Steve here, 5 or 6 years ago.
Yeah.
Since he's been back here in Knoxville, and he really thanks the world of them. And we've really been having a good time. We really have.
No doubt about it.
That's what it's all about.
That's
having a good
right.
time as we've been having.
Yes, sir.
It's been our pleasure to meet him. I'll tell you
Yeah.
that.
Oh, he's a super fella.
Yeah, he sure is. Ain't no doubt about it. Well, we better say hello to Dad and to Polly for sure. We all gonna get in trouble, hadn't we?
Oh yeah, that's the truth. And Gay, she just left this afternoon, going back to Nashville. And I checked on her before I left home this afternoon to make sure she was doing okay. And she said, Dad, it's rained on me all the way. Yeah. But she said it's supposed to get lighter the further I go. She was in Monterey when I talked to her.
Well, that's great. That's great. That's absolutely great, Gabe. I told Polly, tell her I said to be careful on the way home.
Yeah,
and
Polly told her.
Yeah, sure did. But anyway, we've got some film. I tell you what, we've got a new sponsor. And folks, this comes back to mentioning the show whenever you visit our sponsors. It just makes a world of difference. You don't know just how much it means, you know, just a little note, hey, thank you, I appreciate you sponsoring the fishing show. Just anything that let them know that you saw their ad here on the show means a whole lot to us.
Oh, yeah,
It helps keep us in. We're going to put that graphic up there, Dylan, if you don't care, and let's run over that for just a second. That's Service Pro Lube Center, and they've got 2 locations, locally owned. Dan Van Cleef is the owner and operator of the business, and they got a shop up here on the east end, 301A Oak Ridge Turnpike, and then they got one on the west end. That's 2069 Oak Ridge Turnpike. That's to make it convenient for you all, and do stop in. They're open Monday through Friday, 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., and then on Saturday it's 9 to 3 p.m., and they're closed on Sunday. That's I appreciate him doing that. You know, a lot of things going on Sunday when we need to be at the church. So, but I sure appreciate Dan doing that, and he like I said, he's owns the businesses, and we appreciate him sponsoring the show. So do drop by, let them take care of your service needs on your vehicle. We was talking today, you know, a lot of people, Bill, used to change the oil and stuff. A lot of people done it themselves. Well, it's got so hard now to get rid of that used oil.
You ain't lying now, buddy.
And it's, you know, you
better get rid of it in
the proper way.
Proper way, too.
That's right. That's exactly right. You know, because it'll wind up in the water, and we don't want it in the water.
Nope, that's exactly right.
So, you know.
I tell you what about these places like Mr. Van Cleef's got there, that Service Pro.
Yeah.
Hey, they do a fantastic job, and they're cheaper than I can do it myself.
Yeah. I mean, that's, you know, time you buy the ramps and the safety stuff to get up and under your vehicle, and you can run in there in 10, 15 minutes, they've got you done, ready to go.
That's exactly right.
So do mention that. That's Service Pro. That's on the east end, west end of Oak Ridge, and we appreciate them giving us an opportunity to advertise for them, and hope we can keep them around for quite a while. All righty, we're going to get into it. Dylan, what do you got for us? Got some film. All right. Yeah, let's start out there. I don't remember now. I think it was the 17th or no, that was Mike and I crappie fishing. You don't have to go down. Let's see. That was on the 27th, wasn't it, Mike? Yeah, go up there to on the Dale Holler film there if you don't care. Let's start showing that. 17th, 18th, 19th, I believe it was. All right, man. Yeah.
Hope Max is watching.
Yeah.
Okay, look here. You got to punch that thing.
I got it.
Okay.
Bill's got him a nice Dale Holler smallmouth.
Nice.
It took him 5 minutes to get that thing out of the water.
That's exactly right, old buddy.
We're out here on Dale Holler trying to catch those fish are faster than that wind.
Yes, sir, old buddy.
Throw that one back, Bill, and we'll catch us another one right here.
Okay, son. Okay. All right, old Max has got him a good one here, old buddy. It's a 4+ right there, son. Caught him on a yellow fly. All right, hold him up there a little bit, Max. All right, old boy. That's a dandy. Let's get another one here. Look at here, old buddy.
Old Bill just got him a good Dale Holler smallmouth. We not caught a lot today, but they're every one dandies.
Oh, I'm telling you the truth, son, yeah.
Get that old yellow jig out of his mouth, Bill, and let's put him back in the lake.
I'm ready. Okay. Old Max here got him a good largemouth. Hold him up there a little further there, old buddy, so I can get you in there. All right, that's a dandy, son. Let's put him back there.
Big old fat female.
Big old fat female, that's right. All right, son.
Okay.
Old Billy boy got another.
Got a nice smallmouth out of Dale Holler Lake. About 18 foot deep.
Yes, sir.
Now we're gonna put him back.
Put him back and catch another.
Okay, Bill, if you can get him out of the net. There we go.
Look at that crappie.
You talk about a crappie on a swim bait in Dale Hollow Lake. That's a good crappie, too.
Yes, sir. He's a dandy.
We're going to put her back, and maybe we'll have some more crappie.
Yes, sir. Nice in there, Max.
Here's another fat smallmouth. Come out of Dale Hollow Lake.
That's right, old buddy.
Bill Nichols caught him on one of them yeller jigs.
All right, let's put him back and get another.
All right, let's do that.
Here,
All right, folks. Mike and I are down here on Watts Bar. We're supposed to be crappie fishing, but I don't know about this right here. Oh, man alive. Yep. Well, that's a long ways from a crappie.
Yeah.
Tell you that right now. Yeah. No wonder he was there.
What are you
Yeah, boy.
doing down in there like that?
Yeah, he's down in there where the crappie was supposed to be. There you go, Mike. Get him up where we can see him.
You don't want me to get over there.
Nope.
He's pulling the catfish. He's turning circles.
Yeah. Need your needle nose? Yeah, there you go, Mike. That's Brad Lockett showed up.
Yeah.
Yeah, he
Need a nose out there.
Yeah. All right, I'll do it.
Here in the end. Here.
Yeah. All right. Anyway, folks, remember our sponsors. Stay tuned. We hope to get on some crappie here shortly. If it's not a big catfish or another drum.
Yeah.
All right. Well, he's gone now. Okay, Mike. Okay, folks, there's Mike with our first keeper crappie. Whoa, Mike, I dropped him.
You'll keep it up.
Yeah, he'll be close. We're going to check him and make sure.
Yeah.
All right, get another. Yeah, boy. Boy, that Mike's got a dandy. I don't know what's on my lens on my camera. Fogged up or something. All right, Mike, I don't know. I'm going to have to check something out here. I hope when we dropped it off the side of the boat there, it didn't mess it up. Good crappie right there, dandy. All right, folks, I've got a little old ring perch on there now. Pretty little old fish. Get him back in the water. All right, Mike got something on here. Oh, yeah. Yeah, boy. Dandy. Man, look how fat that rascal is. All right. I got a good one there a minute ago. Didn't get the camera on him, but we got it on that one. How's the boy, Mike?
All right.
There's my first fish. Decent little keeper.
Boy, he ate that thing, Wes.
Yeah, he choked it.
Sure did. Man, I hate that. Hard to get them out when they're like that. Come here, buddy. Shoot. Needle nose.
There.
All right. Needle nose. Hold still now. Don't be swallowing on me. I'll get you right loose. All right, there's that hook out. Now then, here's the question about getting this other one out. All right, done good so far. If I can get that back hook back out there again. Boom bits. Come on now. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Lord. All right.
There he is. There he
I
goes.
already did touch that. Set of gills and he started bleeding.
Let's get another one.
Yep. All right, folks. Wes got a small bass on right there. A couple of casts later, maybe we're into something. Listen, this water temperature just barely is bumping 50. Let's 50.4. We've had 2 bites right here off this little point, so we'll see what comes up.
All right, there's Papa with one on a jerk bait.
Give me a needle nose, Wes. Ah, got it. Now, hold still, bud. I'll get you off there if you'll just quit. You just keep on jumping and the jerking here. Just barely got you hooked. That place right there. That little deal right there. Looks like it.
All right, there he is.
Get another one.
All right, there's Papa with a fish. It's a decent little fish there. All right, there he goes. Yep.
See him, 2 or 3 little stumps right there in front of you.
Yep. Let's get another. All right, caught one winding it, didn't you?
Yeah, it was bumping the bottom, Wes, and I kind of cranked on it a little bit to get it out where I could twitch it, and as quick as it cleared the bottom, he had it. Needle nose.
I don't know what happened.
Ah, here they are.
All right,
All right.
there he is. Let's get another.
Yeah. Okay, folks, we're here at Service Pro Lube Center at A&W Plaza here. We're going to be a new sponsor of the show, and that's Dan Van Cleve. Proud to have him. Just a little shot of the business. We're going to get some more info on that there for next week. Okay, folks, I'm on the west end of Oak Creek at Service Pro. They've got 2 locations. One here on the west end. And just want to get you a picture of the business so you'll recognize changes and that kind of thing. So we'll have some more info coming up, but I did want to get them on the show for tonight. So remember that, Service Pro, East End and West End, and take care of your car servicing and that kind of thing. All right, Billy boy, we're back, and Bill, while we were showing the film, we and you and Mike was here talking. Won't you just tell us, you know, the situation with the rod, reel, line, the bait that you and Max has been throwing down there?
Okay, buddy, I sure man will. Listen, I don't use nothing but that nanofield braided line, and I use 6-pound test in hit, and I use a 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. I use about anywhere from 8 to 10 foot leader. I don't have to use that much. 8 foot is a plenty, but I have good luck with it, so I just keep on doing it.
Keep on doing it.
I got a rod and reel back here.
Yeah, here, I'm gonna hand it to you.
Yeah, hand me that.
I don't want Mike to break it up there in the fan.
There's the rod that I'm using. That's a little 7-foot rod right there with a little diver spinner reel on it that I've had for many years. And this is a 1/8 to a 1/4 ounce. That's what it handles. And I'm going to show you the baits that I've been using. I've been using these yellow and chartreuse jig. That's been the hottest thing that they are down there on Dale Hollow. And we got a yellow head, and a white head. And it's all yellow and chartreuse. They have been the hottest thing ever was. And outdoors, Jim's over here, Edgemore Outdoors, has got them in over there right now. And I can't wait to get over there and get my 2 dozen. I'm going to get me a dozen and Max a dozen. And we may not be able, I done told Steve and Mike about them. They got the same little jig that we've been catching all them fish on Dale Hollow over there right now. And it's a Yankum jig at Jim's knows about, and I know the man that ties them right now, know him well, known him for several years, and he's doing a fantastic job with them. But that little chartreuse with the yellow head and that little yellow chartreuse with the white head has been the ticket over there. And you know this, Steve, and you know that, Mike. David Duvall, a friend of ours, man, he's been catching them, and I've been using this here braided line. I've been using the yellow or the chartreuse line. You can see that, if you can tell what that is.
Yeah, it shows.
That's that nanofill, chartreuse, or yellow, whatever they want to call it. And I've been using a fluorocarbon 8-pound test clear leader on it, and throwing these little, well, they 3/16 ounce. That's what the jigs are, 3/16 ounce. That's what Jim's got over there right now at Edgemore Outdoors, and they've been the hottest thing and they are just a wintertime bait. And they still are going right now. You take back in December, January, February, well, up to 2 weeks ago. That's all everybody was using. And we came back home, when was it, Steve and Mike? We came back home last Tuesday.
Tuesday a week ago.
A week ago, this past Tuesday.
Yes, sir.
And we were still catching them on it then. And I'm looking forward to going back over soon and trying it again. And like I said, Edgemore Outdoors got them over there right now. You better get over there and get them right quick. For if you don't, I'll have them in my tackle bar. And Steve and Mike will have.
Folks, we were talking to, while we're showing the film there, a lot of the fly tie, back in the day, you tied your own flies, Bill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, I mean, dang,
tied them off. Me and your daddy tied all of our jigs way back down.
And before all this lead poisoning and stuff, my wife, when we lived up at Marlow, Sherry and I, and Mike had come up, and we'd get in there on the kitchen stove and turn the eye on, melt the lead, pour the heads, paint them, and then come back the next day or whatever and tie the flies.
That's right.
And then go the next weekend up there and use them. But people don't do that anymore, and a lot of the fly tying is done by older people, and they get where they can't tie no more. You just that's over. That's You can't get them.
That's exactly right. Well, we've been waiting on these jigs right here from Wally down there at Yankum Bait Company, and we've been waiting on these now for the last 3-4 weeks.
Yeah.
And like I said, he just can get so many of them tied.
That's it. I mean,
but Jim's got them over there right now. Like I said, if you don't get over and get you a few of them,
I'm gonna get
they'll be in mine, Max and Steve and Mac tackle box.
Yeah,
we used them.
they are a catch 'em bait out there now. The trip before this last one we made, we caught the fish on a crankbait. But the lake conditions changed that. The water come up fast and was muddy and warm, and the
fish in on the bank.
Run the fish in on the bank. Well, it didn't take them long to get right back out there where they was at.
Turned to the cold spell and put them right back out there. 18 to 25 foot of water.
That's right.
And when we left from over there last Tuesday, a week ago, this past Tuesday, when we left over there, hey, they was what fish me and Max was catching. We was still catching them on that there yellow and chartreuse jig. 3/16 ounce.
Yes, sir.
And the fish was anywhere from 18 to 25 foot deep.
Yeah. Mike and I were finding our fish shallower, but we was throwing a different bait. And I know there was some fish out there deep where you and Max was fishing.
Oh yeah. Seemed like the better fish was out there.
Yeah.
For them females, they done schooled up. They're sitting out there waiting for that little buck to come and get them and drive them in there on the nest that he just got through making and everything. And hey, son, I tell you what, it's a process that
nature.
It's fixing to go on right now.
That's right. Exactly right. But anyway, folks, that gives you a little idea of the line and the baits and the rods and all that we've been throwing. Mike's going to show you the little swim bait that he and I were fishing down there. That's 2.8, ain't it, Mike?
Yeah, 2.8.
2.8.
Chartreuse
And
bottom.
listen, folks, if it
Here we go back again. Let me say this right here. This little swim bait right here has got a blue back with a chartreuse bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, that little jig that I'm using is a yellow with a chartreuse bottom.
That's right.
And this clear water like Norris and Dale Holla that's got, and I'm sure that Watts Bar, some of Watts Bar water, this little yellow and chartreuse will work. This little 2.8 swim bait, it's working fine down there at Dale Holla right now. It really is. And even with the jig and all. And if I know that Mike and Steve was down there, and me and Max, we didn't have a lot of them and couldn't find them. And buddy, I tell you what, we glued them together and everything else just to have something to throw.
That's right.
They tore them up.
They
Like
tore them up.
believe.
That chartreuse, now, Bill, you'd think, man, but that time of year, and it won't be long it'll go away. But that chartreuse down there is just, I mean, you want it in everything you throw.
That's right, and the same thing on Norris.
That's right.
I know a lot of people probably wouldn't use it at all up on Norris, but I'll tell you one thing, when I go, I got one of them tied on. I guarantee you.
That's exactly right.
Well, it was funny that when we used up all of them that we had down there, Steve had been trying a different color and that done no good, and he got it up and took that chartreuse pencil and colored the belly of it and the sides and stuff.
Yes, sir.
Chartreuse, and turned around and started catching fish.
And that we doctored them up.
Yeah.
We had to. We didn't have any.
That's exactly
And
right.
we took different colors and put the
chartreuse
chartreuse
on 'em.
pencil to them,
Yeah.
and made the chartreuse belly. And if they had a blue one, we put a little blue on the back.
Yeah.
Which I've got the blue myself. I got blue and purple and chartreuse all.
Yeah.
And I doctor some of mine up. I doctor them up there a little bit, and sometimes I put a little blue down the side of it. Even though it's got chartreuse on the bottom, a little blue on the side of it, and whatever it is, a light blue on the top. And hey, I find it sometimes it helps.
Yeah, I guarantee you, it definitely, you'd be surprised what, I told Mike, I said, them fish, I said, as fast as they're coming to eat that thing, you think a 2.8 versus a 3.0 or a 3.2 is going to make any difference? But it just seemed like that's all they wanted.
That's all. Well, I'll tell you the reason why. I don't know. I know me and Steve and Mike has seen it, and me and Max seen it. And I don't know why that it was like that this year, but the minnows was about an inch and a quarter long.
Yes, sir.
And I tell you what, I seen too many of them that was dying.
Yeah.
And them fish was a feeding on that there little minnow.
Little
Not like
bitty.
that.
Yes, sir.
And that bait right there was the size of that minnow.
That's I agree.
2.8 inches.
That's exactly what, yeah.
And you could see them in the water.
Yes, sir.
Even when you was fishing, you'd look out there and you'd see one, and he'd be working a little bit, but he wasn't able to move a lot.
Yeah.
And
I had a 5-inch,
Yeah.
same color.
yeah,
It never got a strike.
never got a bite on it. That's exactly right.
You're matching the hatch. That's what
You're
we're
matching the hatch.
Yes, sir.
And I don't know why the hatch was that small. It should have been larger.
Yeah.
But it wasn't. And that's what them fish was a feeding on, a little inch and a quarter minnow.
Yeah.
And that's what that 2.8 swim bait was working like it's supposed to be, and that's the reason that little 3/16 ounce jig
Was what,
that
is
little-
it?
We had nothing on it.
Nothing.
We had nothing on that little 3/16 ounce jig. And this little swim bait, it was all by itself, and we was just using the jig itself.
Yeah.
And son ate it up,
Ate it
both
up.
of them.
Yes, sir. Sure did. And that comes back to with this crappie film that we just showed there a minute ago. Mike and I were down there Tuesday on Watts Bar, and we only had four big keepers is all we got in the boat. Caught 4 or 5 small fish. But I showed Mike there one of them crappies we caught, Bill, when I think I caught it, pretty good sized crappie. And when I get the hook out of his mouth, it had a big minnow tail sticking up in there.
Right.
Well, when I throwed him in the live well and went to put another one in a little bit later, well, he'd spit that minnow up. And I told Mike right then that dang minnow was like, I said, we're fishing too small a bait, Mike. I said, we're going to go to a bigger minnow some way, somehow.
That'll work.
Yeah.
Right on, you take Dale Hall and Norris right now. I don't know when the bigger minnows is going to come, but they are in there. I know I can put a light out at night and I can show you up to 6 inches.
Yeah.
The minnows up to 6 inches long.
Yeah.
And but right now, when me and Mike and Steve and Max was over there, and David Duvall, they was about 1 1/4 inch or maybe 1 3/4 inches long.
Yeah.
But they were very small, and that's the reason that little bait
was working.
3/16 ounce jig with nothing on it, and this little 2.8 swim bait with nothing else. Hey, that's all it took.
That's all it took. And that's just like, there'd be several times we'd catch a fish, and then after you'd get him to the boat, you'd see a little old minnow come up.
That's right.
Or you'd spit him out.
Spit him out.
Yeah. Some of them were swimming, some of them dead.
That's right.
But they was just barely, like you said, about 1 1/4 inch long.
That's
all
right.
They was. And that's what they wanted. And
that was all they wanted.
that's it. I don't care. Now, them guys was catching some largemouth back in them pockets on A rigs and stuff like that. But but the smallmouth, and that's what we was.
We wasn't fishing where the
Smallmouth.
largemouth was.
No.
We were out on the main channels fishing river channel points,
Yeah.
and the flats that leads into the river, and that's where the smallmouth was. The largemouth was back in them pockets,
Yeah.
and where the grass was. Them largemouth was everywhere the heavy grass was. That's where you was gonna catch them largemouth, and they was catching them on A rigs, spinner baits, heavy rubber-legged jigs,
Yeah.
and getting down there on the bottom, and that's where them our largemouth was.
Yep. That's it. All right, Mike, what do you got to add about the crappie trip we made?
Well, the crappies moved back out, is what we seem to have found out down there the other day. No more than we got to throw at them. We spent the biggest part of the day in there shallow, because everybody said, oh, we catching 3 foot of water.
Yeah.
And we wasted a half a day in there fishing 3 foot of water, and moved out, caught one at 21 foot, and then the rest of them come on out there 35 foot.
Yeah, they sure did. There ain't no two ways about it.
We fished a lot of different structure at different depths until we hit out there that 35 foot of water before we really got into any consistency, which wasn't all that much, but that's where the minnows seem to be.
Yeah.
The big balls of minnows is still out there.
All right, let's see who we got here.
This key is programmed as a line key. Thank you. Goodbye.
Okay. Turn that off. Yeah. Hello, caller.
Hey, this is your sister.
Oh,
Wanted to let you all know there's no sound on the show.
No sound on the show. Been that way ever since we started?
No, about 5 minutes.
Well, what took you 5 minutes to call us?
Well, I've been busy. My husband told me to tell you.
I swear to my goodness, I can't believe you waited. And what aggravates me, sure, and how come Sherry didn't call me?
Ask her how she's watching. That's between you and her.
Are you watching off your computer?
Yeah, we're watching on my iPhone.
On your iPhone. Okay. 10-4. We'll get some more confirmation. Hey, it's good to hear from you.
All right. Talk to y'all later.
Yeah, put some brush piles in down there behind your house.
I'll get Dennis right on that.
Get him right on that. All right, we'll see you later.
All right, bye.
Bye. Oh, Lord, that was Vicki Lynn, her oldest sister.
Yeah.
And they lived down there at Polecat Creek. Yeah, her property runs right down into the creek.
Yeah, that's right. Right on the river there in Watts Bar.
That's right. Yeah, sure is, Bill.
Tennessee there.
Yeah, up to Tennessee. Anyway, surely everybody else is hearing us, I hope. Sure, can you call us there? You got sound at home? Anyway, we'll keep talking, and we got to have it because they're recording it. And but Mike, yeah, well, you know, it was funny there. We spent all that time in there shallow. Everybody I'd talked to was catching them in 3 to 5 foot of water, and we're using floaters and everything else. And one feller told us he caught them in the middle of a creek over 4 foot deep, over 16 foot of water, throwing a floater on the grub, and caught 37. They said. So let's see what we got here. Hello. I got something wrong here now, guys. That light right there ain't supposed to be on. Hello. There we go. Hey. Go.
I've been hearing you loud and clear the whole show. I mean, you sound fine.
Well, good. It must have been her iPhone connection then, I guess. That's what we wanted to find out, what she was listening on.
I've been listening to the whole show, and it's been loud. I hear you, it's good.
Okay, well, good. I'm glad to hear that. Well, you got anything to tell us about the crappie?
No, I've been down my back, and I ain't got to go. I'm going this weekend.
Okay.
Doggone.
All right, dadgummit. Well, like Mike said, we killed half a day in there shallow water, and then we finally started working our way out deep and got on them 4 good ones we had there, about 30, 35 foot.
It's hard to fish that shallow, you know. You're fishing deep, ain't it?
Yeah, it sure is. Dadgummit, you know, I had my floaters, but Mike didn't have his.
You have your red worms?
No, well, I was throwing a grub with a floater. Never got a bite on it. So, anyway, I hope we get them.
Good to see Bill on there.
Yeah, it's good to have Bill on here.
Yeah. I tell you what, old Bill, sometimes I feel like $1 million, and sometimes I feel like that $1 million has already been spent.
Yeah.
So I get to do what I feel like doing, old buddy. I appreciate you thinking about me.
Yeah.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'm glad to see you on there. Well, I'll talk to you later. Just have a good weekend.
All right, Tony. Same to you, buddy. Appreciate it.
All right.
See you, buddy. Okay.
There was another thing about down there. You remember when we put in, there was several boats there in Caney Creek that was fishing for crappie. And,
Yeah.
When we come back, there wasn't none.
That's right. Never saw them catch one either. We didn't catch any either. But anyway, Wes and I were there and Tuesday. I took him down. He's got a tournament down at Kingston, at Lad Landing Saturday morning, and his partner, the boy he fishes with, had to take off. He had to go to Georgia. So Wesley's going to be fishing by himself, and I'll be in the captain of the boat. And we went down Tuesday there to see on this upper end and in Little Emery and around in that area, Kingston. Caught a few small fish, had one keeper there on the crankbait, and so we don't know. You know, we'll probably go down the lake. The water could be real muddy by the time Saturday morning rolls in on the upper end. All this rain,
yeah.
so we'll probably go down the lake without a doubt, and hopefully he'll catch a few fish. You know, 3 fish limit, and him, you know, most of them guys have got a partner and the boat captain, and Wes will be by himself. So we'll see how he does, and I hate that his little partner's not going to be able to fish with us, but we'll do what we can. But anyway, that's about all we've got on the fishing part. We do have some film from the other week that we haven't showed, and I think we showed 2 days of it there last week, Saturday and Sunday. We've got Monday and 4 or 5 hours there on Tuesday morning that we'll show next week, unless Mike comes up with some.
Right.
Yeah, and we'll go from there. Folks, let's see. Dylan, how about putting the, let me find what I'm looking for. Yeah, this Reliable LLC thing up for me, will you? Okay. And 4. Yeah. All right, folks, we'll mention a few of our sponsors here Reliable LLC, land development and contracting. Ira Thacker's the owner. And the number there you can see 440-5529. Land development, site prep, footers, drainage solutions, landscaping, property maintenance, reclamation, demolition, erosion control, and clearing. And with this kind of weather we've got, if you've got any of those problems that you'd like to get taken care of, you need to give that gentleman a call. Let him come and look at it and let you know what he can do to help you. And we appreciate Ira being a sponsor of the show, and hopefully you can gain some business out of this, and we appreciate it. I also, too, want to mention Reynolds Racing and Marine. They, you know, they're there to help you. So you can, you know, get down there, check them out. Got a bunch of used engines, good, and some new engines. If you're wanting to repower your boat that you've got, get it ready for the fishing. I mean, because it's going to break loose here, Bill.
I wouldn't miss a day if I was able to. I'd be out there every day.
I hear you. I know exactly what you're saying. Vans Auto Parts, there in Oliver Springs, they got some weekly specials, daily specials going on parts and what have you, tools and things. So check with them. We appreciate them, and if there's any way at all we can help those folks there at Vans Auto Parts in Oliver Springs, we want to do that for sure. We'll show the Tim's Tires. I'll show the film here in a little bit. We're going to take a little break here in just a minute. But anyway, want to remember them. Pamela Ann's Fudge and Candies, can't thank them people enough. Their fudge is sold worldwide, Bill. They listen, them people work just, they're just busy. They're in there at 5 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock in the evening. They
got something you can't turn down.
You can't. No.
Right, if you ever taste of it, you'll run back there to get
a lot of people sell their candy under a different name, and they're busy. Can't thank Ed and Pamela Ann for that, but their candies are available in the little store there in Oliver Springs. So stop by and see them, you know, on that. Then we go to Citizens First Bank, the 5 locations, nice people. You know, they've got all the electronic banking that anybody else has got. It's everybody's got the same thing anymore. So they do have the convenience of the branches, 5 different locations close by, and they're good people to deal with. Anyway, let's see. We're going to show the Tim's thing and Pamela Ann's thing here a little bit. Shared Treasures there in Oliver Springs, across from Ace Hardware. Do remember those folks. If you're looking for some antiques, just things that that you hadn't seen in a while, go by there, check with them. They'd be more than glad to let you look around, and hopefully you can find something that you want. So, and remember our new sponsor, Service Pro, Lube Center, Dan Van Cleet. And we'll plug him again. You know, the 2 locations, West End and the East End there in Oak Ridge. Appreciate Dan and all these people that sponsored the show. Please let them know that you appreciate it when you go in and do their business. Just keep them around, Bill.
You can't do the show without them, that's for sure.
Sure can't. And if you know somebody that'd like to advertise with us, get in touch with me. I'd sure like to talk to them. We'd love to have them, and move on from there. And 'cause we want to continue.
Right.
Yeah, and we enjoy doing it, and you know, we're gonna continue to do it as long as we can keep our sponsors up, and they like to hear from you all.
One more time. You said it the last time I was on the show. How many shows have we done?
We had first of the month. We had 250 episodes.
250 episodes. That's over 4 years or 5.
5 years, yeah.
Over 5 years. Let's Go Fishing has been on. and you can't beat that, buddy. That keeps everybody involved. Old Mike over here, it keeps him going fishing, keeps old Steve going fishing, keeps old Bill liking to go fishing every time he gets a chance, and everybody else. And hey, you can't do a good show without good sponsors, and that's what it's all about.
That's exactly right, Bill. That's exactly right. And but you know, you people do your business with them, and just let them. If you can think of it, please let them know you appreciate them putting the show on. Dylan, if you don't care, do the Tim's Tire and the candy store, and give us a minute here. All right, bud. Hey folks, I'm back here at Tim's Tires, and you saw the intro on the door, and they are also open on Saturdays from 8 to 12:30. And you know, I'm just looking at these tires. They've got lawnmower tires, they've got the small tractor tires, even the big tractor tires, and all these tires right here are for trucks and automobiles, vans, that kind of thing. And they've just got a warehouse full of tires, bringing them in all the time and shipping them out all the time. So if you're needing that set of tires, please come by here at Tim's Tires, Highway 27, going into Harriman on the left. To be on the right if you're coming from Harriman. And like I said, this place is just stacked full of tires, brands, all kinds. Sizes, all kinds, and if they just happen not to have the size or kind you're wanting and the size, just give them a call down here and they'll have it for you, usually by the next day and sometimes by dinner time that day. So remember Tim's Tires, and let them know you appreciate them being a sponsor of the Let's Go Fishing Show. Hey folks, I just happened to be headed by Edgemore Outdoors, and I want you to know that they're not at the old location. They're here at the new building, and it's halfway between Bull Run and the old location where they were at. But I'm sure proud to see Jim and Jeannie in this new building, and they've still got some things they got to do, but they've got all their tackle moved in here, got the parking lots paved, and great looking place. Big red roof, you can't miss it if you're here on Edgemore Road, and be looking for them, Edgemore Outdoors. I'm gonna go inside for just a second and get right back with you.
Two-log boat.
Uh-huh.
It has the all aluminum welded construction like we talk about.
Yes, sir.
Now it has, if we can take a minute to come up inside.
All right. Let me get a shot. Make sure they see this deck underneath, folks. It definitely is just like the one we just looked at, the cruise model. Man, this thing's got a nice boarding ladder here. All right.
It's got a nice big, has a nice big live well.
Uh-huh.
And then, of course, you got fishing seats in front.
Fishing.
Trolling motor choice to go there.
Yes, sir.
Of course, it has chase lounges and had, you can go cruising with it also.
Right.
And if you like, you can sit back and do a little trolling. You got the rod holders. You do a little trolling
and drink your tea and beverages too. That's
you're ready to go.
Ready to go. Boy, I tell you what, Glenn, that is a nice cockpit on this thing. I know it does. It have a sound system? I noticed some speakers.
It has a Clarion.
Yeah.
Clarion system.
Uh-huh.
Well, they got stereos and they got, so this would be a good all-around boat.
Yes, sir.
For everybody that wants to go take their family fishing or,
right. I agree. It is. This thing is nice, and got the
bimmy top.
Bimmy
top. Out of the sun.
Yes, sir. Keep you in the shade. Oh, I'll tell you what, it wouldn't be a bad deal to fish off this thing. I'll tell you that right now. Plenty of room, and folks, it's beautiful. Ain't no two ways about it. It is a nice boat. Sure is. All righty. What are you thinking, Glenn?
Well, let's get out and have a good spring and sell some product. How's that?
That sounds good. Glenn, what would this boat run a person?
This is about a 26.9 boat, something like that.
Okay.
Very reasonably priced. And then, of course, we get a trolling motor of choice on there and get it all fixed up. Sometimes depth finders of choice. And but you can get it very reasonably priced. You got a 50 on it, which is good enough to go fishing, and
Right. Yes, sir.
And it's good for I guess we're all getting older people, but it's good for people that wants to leisurely fish.
Yes, sir.
Not tournaments, nothing like that. Just want to go out and have a good time on the water. You say.
Right, sir. Yeah.
Very stable. If you're very stable, and
it's a nice looking rig. I'll say that for it.
Got the stainless steel
Cup holders, everything stainless steel or aluminum. Yeah.
And the speakers are all stainless steel. It's they've really dolled it up nice.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, that's a good price on it, Glenn. I hope we can get it sold here in the next few days, because it's going to be spring before you know it.
Well, it's yes, it is. 60 days from now, it'll be.
Yes, sir.
It'll be March. It'll be up in the March, and that's when the weather starts breaking, and
yes, sir.
About April we get the fishing really starts good.
Really good. Yes, sir. Exactly right.
Okay. Well, thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you, Glenn.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.
Okay, folks, we're back, and I had to get a soft drink there, Bill.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had to get something to drink there. Now, Bill, when we were out there on Dale Hall, and you and Matt, I can't believe I asked you first thing when you told me the story. Tell us about the big carp episode.
Buddy, I tell you what, I've been so excited. I was so excited about that. That thing, I seen the line jump. And I set the hook, and nothing happened. And I told Max, I said, Max, buddy, I had a fish right there. But I said, now I'm hung. And I, just like I said, I used that 6-pound braided line with an 8-pound leader on it. And that's you can't hardly break that braided line, but now the leader will break. But I fought that thing for 45 minutes. Or longer before I ever seen it. When I did see it, it scared me to death. It was brown. I thought, oh Lord, have mercy.
You got the world's record smallmouth.
I thought the world's record, buddy. But I had a carp that hit just like a smallmouth, and if it didn't weigh 25 to 30, maybe even up to 35 pounds, that thing was that long and it was that big around. I never seen such a carp. But now, son, I tell you what, my equipment handled him just like it's supposed to, son.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. He really put it to the test.
I guarantee.
I tell you one thing, it whipped him out. We couldn't get it in the net. It was so big. The net wouldn't hold it. And we got the tail of it in there, and got him up to where I could get my bait back. And like I said, I was going to get a picture of it, but I couldn't. I was so nervous and everything after all of that happened. I forgot to use the camera.
Yeah, I'd sure like to seen that. I really would have.
It was a smallmouth, but it's a little bit small.
Yeah. It was, instead of it being a little like that, it was just about like that, you know. But I'm telling you right now, it was a monstrous fish.
Yeah.
And I put him back, and I hope it survived. Hey, it's got to eat just like everything else, and I guess maybe he liked the looks of my little yellow and chartreuse jig.
Yeah.
But that's what he come on.
I heard that, Billy. I heard that. Well, you know, some fishing reports from what I've heard here in the last little bit, I think it took about 17 pounds and something to win the Tennessee Team Trail on North last weekend. Didn't take much. I mean, well, yeah, that's a pretty good bag, you know.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good bag. But the weights dwindled down. There was a lot of people didn't catch a fish.
Right.
I was told that.
Well, I tell you what, we had water to go to 10-17, which is like, it didn't like hardly 3 foot being
Plumb full.
10-20,
Yeah.
plumb full.
Yeah.
And well, then they started, we got a lot of rain coming yet. We not, the rainy season is just now getting here.
Right.
We've had a lot in the past too. And they started letting the water out, and they took it down to 1,007. I believe it was, 1,007, which that's 13, 14 feet,
yeah.
below 10-20. And it's been up, been down, now it's coming back up. I think I looked in the paper this morning, and they said it was 10-11.
Mm-hmm.
So it's coming back up.
Yeah.
What they've done, it's got the fish messed up. It's right now they don't know whether to go big or go shallow.
I heard that. I don't know what. There we go. Cut this and all. Hello, caller. Hello. Let me try it now, Dylan. There we go.
Hey, I got a question for you.
Go ahead, buddy.
You were talking about using a 6-pound braided line. Is
Yes.
that actually 6-pound test, or is it the 6-pound size?
I tell you what, I can't break it with my hands. It's 6-pound test, they say, on a braided, but I cannot break it. I cannot break it. I can put a foot on it and put a glove on it and wrap it around my hand, and I can break it. But it's more than a 6-pound test on that braid is. It's equal to that 8-pound fluorocarbon leader. I can put them together and then pull on both of them, and they just won't come apart.
Well, I've been using that Power Pro that's 10-pound test, but it says it's 2-pound size.
Yeah, 2-pound diameter.
Yeah.
And there ain't
So I was
nothing wrong with
wondering
that
when
Power
you said
Pro.
6-pound, if it was like actually.
I tell you, I don't know whether I mentioned this before. I use the yellow and the chartreuse line. Why do I use it? I can see it a lot better. But I'm using that fluorocarbon leader, which is 8-pound test, and I can't see that leader. And everybody has told me I use it like I use about 8 foot, and sometimes I put a 10-foot leader on. They told me, everybody that I see that says, well, you don't have to use that much leader, 4 or 5 foot. Well, hey, I've been fishing all my life, and I don't like for them fish to see anything that I'm using except the bait that's in the water. And I don't like to see it, for them to see the line, so that's the reason I use 8 foot to 10-foot leader. And I know they can't see that yellow line, but I can see that yellow line a whole lot better with my eyesight than anything else.
Helps you fish with it when you can see it, doesn't it?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay, well, thank you.
Hey, man, we appreciate you. Call us back next week.
Okay.
Thank you, buddy. See you.
The biggest advantage, not only being able to see that
2 minutes, guys.
braided line, is there ain't no stretch in that braided line.
There ain't no stretches whatsoever.
You throw out there long throw with fluorocarbon, you set the hook, you got a lot of stretch in it where you ain't got it in that braid.
That's right.
You can feel a lot better with
That's
it.
true. Okay, folks, listen, we're about out of time. Remember, weekend coming up. Got Easter Sunday, and hope you make it to the sunrise service. Anyway, God bless you all. Hope to see you next week, and we hope to be back.
That's right, old buddy.
Yeah, maybe Steve can catch something.
For young children, simple safety steps are the best way to prevent these tragedies. Make sure kids learn how to swim. Always watch them in and around water. Properly fence all pools and stay away from drains. Consider the steps you take, then add a few more. Because you never know which pool safety step will save a life until it does. Simple steps save lives.
Country Fresh Foods. You may not know the name, but you definitely know the taste. Our homemade fudge is shipped all over the country. Its quality is unmatched, and it's made right here in Oliver Springs. But you don't have to travel all over to enjoy it. You can get it right here at our retail store, Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts. The highest quality fudge in a countless variety of flavors. And we also carry a variety of candy and unique gifts for you to enjoy. Come enjoy the taste you have loved for years at Pamela Ann's Fudge, Candy, and Gifts in Oliver Springs, a division of Country Fresh Foods.